is Billy Hayes. Today I'd like to talk about Super Bowl 46, the fantastic matchup between the New York Giants and the New England Patriots of the National Football League. So, Super Bowl 46 occurred on February 5th, 2012 in Indianapolis, Indiana. It was in the Indianapolis Colts Stadium, which is pictured in the background there if you want to take a quick look at that. Yes. That is the post-game celebration after the Giants had won. So, the reason I want to talk about Super Bowl 46 is because of the significance in the NFL of playing well at the right time. So, both of the teams that were present in Super Bowl 46 played well towards the end of the season, which is why they got to the Super Bowl. First, I'd like to start out with the Giants. So, going into the season, the Giants were very much they didn't have high expectations, essentially, because they had not made the playoffs the year before, and they had lost 5 key players during the offseason, 3 to free agency, and 2 were released by the team. Another issue that they had was that one of their star defensive ends, O.C. Umenyiora, was in a contract dispute with the team because he wanted a new contract, and the team did not want to give him one because obviously they were losing and they were trying to figure out a way to fix that. So, the fans and the media both criticized the Giants for their lazy offseason, where they only signed one big player, who was center David Boss. And after starting the season 7-7 this season, they won 5 straight wins to get to the Super Bowl. So, looking at the schedule here, we have the last 2 games of the season were the 2 games that started their 5-game winning streak. One of them was at the New York Jets, who the Giants actually lost to today. And the second one was versus Dallas, and then they won 3 straight in the playoffs to make the Super Bowl. The first one was a home game against the Atlanta Falcons. The second one was an away game at the Green Bay Packers, and the last one was also an away game at the San Francisco 49ers. So, moving on to the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots had much higher expectations than the Giants did going into the season. They had a very good team. Quarterback Tom Brady was still a fantastic player today, and he was leading their team then. So they had a 13-3 regular season record, but they also finished the season very strong. They started the season 5-3, and then they won 10 games in a row in order to make the Super Bowl. So their 10-game winning streak started with this final 8-game stretch of the regular season at the New York Jets versus the Kansas City Chiefs, at the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Indianapolis Colts, at Washington Redskins, at the Denver Broncos, versus the Miami Dolphins, and versus the Buffalo Bills. And then in the playoffs, they got the first-round bye because they had played well enough during the regular season. They got a high enough seed that they got the first round of the playoffs off. And then in the second round, they beat Denver at home, and second round of the playoffs. And then in the third round of the playoffs, the conference championship, they beat Baltimore at home to advance to the Super Bowl. And in that year, the Patriots finished first in their division, the AFC East, and they finished third in the NFL in points scored, with head coach Bill Belichick, who is still their coach today, and offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien, who is now the head coach of the Houston Texans. So, moving on to the game. So, the final score of the game was 21-17. The Giants actually scored the first points of the game on a safety where Tom Brady committed an intentional grounding penalty in the end zone, which resulted in a safety, which is 2 points for the team that got the quarterback or any other offensive player in their own end zone. But after that, it was very much dominated by the Patriots. And so, coming near the end of the game, the Patriots had a 17-16 lead when the Giants took over with the ball with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in the game. So there were 2 crucial plays in the game that resulted in the Giants' victory, and this is also, I think, a prime example of the importance of playing well at the right time, because although they had a rough game overall, this final drive gave them the victory in a very crucial game. So the first play was actually the very first play of the drive, when quarterback Eli Manning completed a pass to Mario Manningham on the sideline, and that's this top picture here. As you can see, he's very close to the sideline here. And they actually reviewed the catch to see if it was a catch, because the Patriots did not believe it was, and they challenged it, and it did stand. And then later on the drive, with about 59 seconds left to go, Ahmad Bradshaw, the Giants' starting running back, ran the ball into the end zone. And something you might notice interesting about this run is that he's going in backwards. He is like sitting down into the end zone. And the reason for that is Tom Brady is known for to be an excellent time manager. And so the Giants were worried about giving the ball back to Brady with 59 seconds left on the clock. So Bradshaw, the Patriots defense, decided to let the Giants score, and Bradshaw realized that a little late. So he tried to stop himself from going into the end zone, but his momentum carried him in. So the Giants took a 21-17 lead at that point. And when Brady got the ball back, he did start to lead the team down the field, and on the final play of the game, the ball was deflected. Tom Brady threw a Hail Mary, which is a very long pass to wide receivers that are running vertical routes, and it was knocked down in the end zone by the Giants defense, giving them the victory. So the victory was the 4th Super Bowl victory for the New York Giants. And some quotes from the game. So Eli Manning said, "This isn't about one person, this is about a team coming together." And I also think that's a very good quote for a team that playing well at the right time. He's talking about how they struggled at the beginning of the season, but they were able to rally, especially around head coach Tom Coughlin, because there were a lot of rumors at this time that he was about to lose his job. So the players really rallied around that because they all liked Tom Coughlin, and they got him a Super Bowl win and kept his job for him. Another thing, Tom Brady said after the game that certainly Eli has had a great season. He made some great throws in the 4th quarter, and they deserved to win. And I think that's really interesting because one thing that Eli actually said during the season was that he was at the same elite tier as quarterback Tom Brady, who is considered one of the best, if not the best, quarterback to ever play in the NFL. And so basically what Brady is saying here is he's acknowledging that Eli definitely played at that level in this game, and they got it done. And that is Super Bowl 46. So essentially what I'm saying is that playing well at the right time is key, and not just in the NFL, but I mean in lots of aspects in life. If you perform when you need to, typically good things will happen. So thank you for listening, and of course, tune in on February 7th, 2016 for Super Bowl 50, the 50th anniversary of the Super Bowl. I'm very excited for that. Thank you.